Okay. Sure this is on. Okay. Hi. I remember. You remembered. That's awesome. How are you doing? Making some tea. Gonna light a candle. Try to get some Zen going in here. My neck hurts, which is if I look a little tired or whatever. I'm not. I'm just a little uncomfortable. Let's see here. My lighter. So I need to get a different. I need to charge that light. All right. Okay, I'm gonna finish the tea here. I'll be getting started here in a minute. You guys can grab a cuppa. I'm missing my English breakfast tea, so I'm having my option vanilla spice perfect energy. Let's see about that. I don't know if I have enough water. Probably. Okay. Yeah, I do have enough water. That's good. I need to turn the camera around. But I was going to say, hey, while I steep my tea and figure things out a little bit. Again, it's a miracle. Well, I would also agree that it's a miracle that I'm here. Are you having tea today? Joining me? If you are, we can cheers. Always too hot, right out the gate. Okay. Well, we'll hang out for a minute and then we'll figure out what we're doing here. A lot to process, but anyways, it's Sunday and it's really beautiful here. It's very cold. We have hit a cold snap again. The past couple of days it's been raining here in East Tennessee, and no tea at the moment. I'll have to make dinner soon. Oh yeah, it's always so late there. Well, I hope you enjoy your dinner, and yeah, so it's been raining here for the last couple days, and then that brought in a cold front, I guess, so it's really cold here today. Um, but I think when I do anticipate my live streams, I put so much pressure on myself to figure out what we're going to do. And it always is so fun, and I always have a great time, and I'm hoping that you all enjoy the live streams as well. There's this little, back and forth of like performance anxiety, which I don't feel like I'm performing, but it just kind of feels like, I'm in front of people, like when you're in college maybe and you did speech class or high school. And so I do get a little bit of anxious feelings before the live. And so I think that's normal. I'm not normal, but I think that's a normal reaction to doing a live stream for an introvert. But I need to turn the heat back on. I turned it off to make the tea. Also, with all of my creative thoughts, I have so many things I want to do. I have so many creations I want to make, and then I get bored of some of them, and then I come back to them, and then maybe I never go back to some of them. So it's like, okay, well, I want to do something fun on the live stream, and I want to do something that is interesting, and I want to, most of all, I want to have fun. I want you guys to have fun, and so it feels like I put a lot of pressure on myself sometimes, but we're just going to take a deep breath, have a sip of tea or whatever you're having, and just go into it easy. It doesn't have to be a big stressful performance pressure thing. Welcome. Glad you're here. I'm second guessing my hat choice today. When I was in the home bus, I was doing a lot of moving around of things, and my husband and I were kind of shoring up some things that needed to be addressed in the house. And so I got really warm in there, and I put my hair up in a hat to get it off my neck, and now I'm in the art bus, which doesn't have a lot of heat and stuff and all these windows, so it's a little chilly in here this afternoon. The tea's still too hot. So I need hair on my neck. We'll do that first, and then we will think about what we're doing. Oh, that's awfully loose now. I don't know if you caught the last video I did. It was so nice out. It was like in the 60s a couple days ago, and I sat outside by the creek and I attempted to paint what I saw, which is one of our favorite spots to take the animals. And this is how I left it. I didn't finish it, but it's basically like these old ancient rocks that are like at an angle in the creek, and they're all like, they form like this little wall that doesn't really always stay a wall. It gets covered by water sometimes, but and then across the creek there's these trees and an embankment with a bunch of leaves. And so that's as far as I got on the video the other day. But I was thinking about adding more detail in here, not on the live stream, but I also wondered for those of you that do watercolor, if you know how to, so I missed something important on here. I don't know if you can guess what it is, but I missed, I was going to specifically leave a white space. Thank you. I was going to specifically leave a white space along these rocks, preferably on these ones, because that's where winter always goes. And I was going to draw winter and paint winter in this painting. And so I didn't do that. I forgot. And so for those of you that know watercolors, can I take away some of this paint over here, like with water or with an eraser? Or am I going to have to like relocate him to a different spot that has less color? So if you know the solution of putting a white cat over here If I can take away any of that paint, please let me know in the comments, because I haven't Googled it yet, but I'm wondering if that's possible. If it's not, then I will put him over here. Maybe he'll go good right here. I don't know. But there's still like water right here, and he's pure white. So that's something I would love to know from y'all. Kitty. Yeah. So, and then along those lines, I really have enjoyed the watercolor. A few weeks ago, let me turn my camera around. Bear with me. Going down. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? All right. I think you can. Let me know if you can't. A couple weeks ago, probably more than a month ago, I followed this creator on Instagram, and he makes these paper dolls, and then he makes them so you can open them up and everything. Oh, I just saw some writing. Hold on. You can remove watercolor to a certain extent, make the area damp, and lift off with a tissue. You may have to do it 2 or 3 times. Okay, very helpful. Thanks so much. I was going to get that guy's name before I started, and I totally blanked, but I will put it below the video when we're done. So, a month ago, maybe, I was inspired to try to make my own doll, which I cut out of here. And this was the doll I made of myself. I didn't finish it, of course, because why would I do that? And this is Winter. And my plan was, I don't really know why there's purple around him, but my plan was to cut him out, and then on these dolls that he makes, I made these arms. And the plan is to like make the arms open. So here's an arm, and here's another arm. And then you open the arms, and then the kitty can sit in the arms, but I kind of got stuck on the logistics of it. I think I figured it out now, so I wanted to revisit it and also see if I could finish it, because I don't know about you, but I often don't finish my creations. Let me know. Anyone else have that issue? Not finishing your projects that you love and want to finish, but you get like distracted and don't finish it? So, let me take this away. So with the doll, I made these little tabs, but the problem is they're in 2 different places and angles. So it can be a tab there, it can open up like that, or it can be a tab here, which I think I'm preferring the middle tab, and then it can open up more in a straight way. And then same with this one. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut this tab off and then tape this tab to the back of the arm here. And then I can put the kitty in. The reason this project excites me is because if this works, then I can make other dolls for, you know, my grandkids and stuff like that. Tea's finally sippable. So, let's see, I got here and didn't bring my scissors. Here, 1 second. If you're just joining, you'll have to say hey and let me know where you're joining from. I gotta figure out where I put my scissors. There they are. That wasn't too hard. That's a good sign. And for those that are not in this country of America, I would love to hear where you are right now. I really wanted to like jump on a plane to Scotland this week. It's not possible right now. Ooh, scary. Not really. Everything is figure-outable. Figure-outable? Figure-outable. This was my first attempt at the arms, and I thought that I had to cut the chest away, but then I figured out very quickly that that's not going to work. So that's why those guys are there. Because this is a prototype, I'm going to use this painter's tape. Let's see if that works well. Are you guys working on anything creative with me today or recently? I don't know if you're interested in my regular life at all. I'm just trying this out to see if this actually works. But this week, I revisited a little, oops, that didn't work. I revisited a little creative side hustle that I started in 2020, 2023? No, 2022, which was creating teacher resources, like drawing clip art for teachers. Because I have a little shop on the teachers platform, and I only had 10 items listed there, but they did well when I did it. And it's a little tiny bit of money that comes in, which is good. But the reason I did that is because I already have the audience there. I have like people that follow me there and they want stuff. And so because my focus income wise right now is we want to get a car. And so we have 2 buses, but not a little runaround car. So kind of focused on that right now. But anyways, I started doing that, which is on the iPad. And so I kind of missed getting my hands into stuff this week. But on top of that, for the last 6 years, I've done commissions. And what those are also on the iPad. I'm doing in the community that we are, I don't want to say members of, but we're part of a community of people that have built out buses as tiny homes or campers, that travel around the country. They're called schoolies. And in 2018, I started drawing decal designs for people that have their rigs, because everyone wants their rig as a sticker, and then they can trade those at events and stuff. And it's been really fun. But I go through periods of time where I don't do it very often, and then other times where I like, okay, yeah, I'll do it for a while. So all that to say, it was with the car thing. I went back to offering commissions. So I have a full plate of commissions to do this week. And it's hard for me in my brain to do a bunch of different things, even though that's what I'm doing in my brain all the time. But to actually do them with my hands, like, I'm looking forward to this coming week where I have a balance of being digital on the iPad doing the commissions, and then also working with my hands with watercolor, or finishing my watercolor, or finishing this doll, or making another doll, or getting into clay art, or whatever the thing is, because when I'm on the iPad so long, I get burned out. Painting! What are you painting? I would love to hear about what you're painting. Okay, so this is basically a prototype with the hands, or with the arms. Let's see if they can go both ways. So I did this watercolor with these koi watercolors, which is like a field sketch box that I did the other day on the creek, at the creek. I was kind of confused on how I would have winter stay. Up there. So the gentleman that makes the dolls, he always has, like, you open the doll, and then let's pretend the doll is a little old world fisherman, and you open him up, and then he has like a little sailboat in his pocket, and then he takes the, like, he has like a fishing pole or something, and then he takes the little fishing pole out and he scoops the sailboat out because it has a little hook. Anyways, it's very interactive. So that's fun. That drew me in on those. Like I said, I'll find his name and I'll put it in the comments. But I'm just hanging out today, trying to take it easy. I don't really have a dedicated day off. So some days are a little slower than others, and some days are like full with productivity. I originally did this cutout with the X-Acto knife, and my hand hated me after that, so that's why I was using scissors just now. So that's kind of the idea. But I need to make a little pocket for him to sit in. And I wish I would have painted his background green so he would it would blend in with the jacket. But that's okay. A pocket would be, let's see his face. My first one, so I'm still trying to figure things out. So like right there is where I would want him. And can I reach a pencil? Yay, how's lead? Maybe right here. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here. It's part of the fun though, right? See if I can find a scrap piece of paper. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to tape this too because I don't want anything to be finalized on this yet. I wouldn't want tape forever because it's, number one, it's not very pretty, and I don't think there is a number two. Okay, let's see. And this is cute because you can do, maybe I'll make this less. You can do anything, you know, it doesn't have to be a kitty cat. I keep forgetting to put my hand in front of the camera there. Been drawing and painting in watercolor a friend's pet blackbird that has been following her around in the snow while seeing her horses. Wow, that sounds like a perfect picture. Blackbirds are so cool. I had a bunch of them in the video on Friday. They were crows, and they were very, very loud. I don't know, is blackbirds the same as crows? At the campground last year, we would leave treats out for the crows. I'm thinking of a different way now, because I don't really think I need this at the bottom. Have any of you tried to make paper dolls before? Oh, it's getting cold in here. I kind of want this off to the side so that you can actually see the kitty. I'm trying to line it up to where it supports the kitty, but it isn't super in the way of the kitty. It's too low. I mean, it looks cute, but it's too low. Go a little higher. I was trying to keep the heat off for the sound, but I'm going to turn it on, so pardon me for a second. Hi from Oregon. That's okay. Have fun spraying the wood chips. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy the day. It's low-key today. Loki? Loki. That's a doggy's name across the way here. I still don't love this. I'm trying to see if I can make it less obtrusive, but helpful. It needs to be low. So this tape is wearing out. I don't like that. I have another idea. I'm going to practice on another piece of paper. And I do have to get up for a minute because I need the X-Acto knife. Which is, where is the X-Acto? Oh, I think it's over here. I want to show you guys this too. Hold on. I'll show you that in a minute. Something my husband did for me this week. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get another scrap piece of paper. That's nice. I don't want to use that. Okay. Maybe I could just try it on this.